I know, I look like I've gone crazy. I've just left the house and Tonks was out in the front and she follows you if you go, and I don't want her to follow me down these steps because there's a massive road at the bottom of them and I don't want her to get into the habit of coming down here. It's been a couple of days. There's a reason for the delay. I went out with my team on Thursday night and I don't want to film people who A, don't know about this, we've talked about me not wanting my workmates to know, and then B, was definitely getting weird looks from a woman over there. Internet safety and all that stuff. I don't want people who don't know about it to not have a say in whether I put stuff up or not. So that's that. I'm now on my way down to the train station because I'm going to Birmingham with my friend Ricky for a day of crafting. I've been invited as press, and one of the conditions of that is that I press about it, so I'll 100% film stuff and I'll have to write a blog post later, and that'll be more about like products and specific stuff that I see that I like there. I'm really looking forward to it. The last time we went to a show we completely egged each other on. I'm not going to be able to do that this time because if you didn't remember or you haven't seen the video, I bought a spinning wheel, so that was like my show budget for the next 20 years. I'm at Birmingham New Street. This station is incredibly confusing. The signs, instead of saying platform 1 to 5, they say platform 1A to platform 5A, and then the platform numbers are like platforms 1 to 5. So I do not know what the heck is going on. I don't know which platform I'm supposed to be on, and I've already missed one train. So I'm going to wait for Ricky here. We were going to meet at the exhibition centre first, but I'm waiting here now. Really looking forward to the day. We are aiming to get to a workshop at 11, so we've got about an hour and a half before it all kicks off. Hello!
Hi!
We are at the NEC now, about to go in and do all the things.
And we're very excited.
We've just stopped to get some food. Ricky's in the back there ordering a tea cake. We have picked up our press passes and are now going through the exhibitor list and just deciding on what we want to go see and what we don't want to miss, and just preparing for it. We have just finished in the workshop and there was Tina Francis tapestry, and I don't know who the woman was. I'll put a link to her in the description box down below, but basically we did some tapestry, so we're making brooches and
Die cut boxes. Just the actual windows from my house. Not the actual windows, but a representation of.
So yeah, we've had a really good time and we're now going to walk around the show. There is a knitted beach. Too cool.
Look at this little shop.
I know.
Is that knitted out of plastic?
Have a look. It is!
That's amazing.
That is mental.
Can I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, on the talk of the day? Embracing your inner wasabi with X-ray reclaims knowledge theatre in 10 minutes. That's embracing your inner wasabi.
It's really cool.
X-ray.
Lovely clump of seaweed and shells.
I'm still at the show. Ricky has had to go home. I've had a really good day. I'll talk more about it and I'll post a vlog, but I'm just gonna walk around and take some footage now to show you. I'm back at home, as you can see. I didn't finish the vlog off yesterday because I basically was meeting up with a friend and I was running a bit late. I finished up at the show and caught the train, and then, who knows, Birmingham New Street is a really confusing train station. Today I've been with my friend Beth, but I didn't want to film anything because we were just chilling and chatting and crafting and doing all things that start with C. I want to show you all of the things that I got at the show. Most of this came in the press pack, so I haven't bought quite a lot of these things. And it's really exciting because it gives me a chance to mess around with crafts that I haven't tried before. So I'll go through all of that first and then I'll show you what I actually bought. I have written up a blog about the day and I've put some more detail about the workshops that we did for the blogging event, and there'll also be another blog going up which has just got loads of pictures and information about all of the vendors that I saw that I really enjoyed. I couldn't buy things from everyone because I'm not a millionaire. If I could, I would. It's really actually quite hard going and talking to people and finding out information about them for your blog and getting really invested in their story, and then not having the money to buy whatever it is that has led me to go talk to them in the first place. So it's a weird relationship that you have. But anyway, if you want to find out more about them, then head over to plutoniummuffins.com. I don't actually know which is going to go up first, the video or the blog. It just depends on if I'm faster at editing my videos or my photographs. But it'll all be up at some point in the future, and all the relevant links will be in the description box down below. So the first thing that came in the press pack was a block craft kit. So it's basically a wooden stamp here and then glue and a foam pad so that you can like print onto fabric. We were really happy that we got these because we went over to the stand and Ricky and I were both looking at it going, ooh, I'm quite interested in this as a craft and I'd like to try it, but we were both very restrained and didn't buy anything. I do actually already have one of these wooden stamps, and it's a slightly smaller, different flower. It might be quite nice to have, you know, a couple of stamps and have a go at some fabric printing. I've got tons of scrap fabric. That came from the Arty Crafty Place. We got 100 mils of really fine glitter. I don't know if you can see how like red that is. This stuff, they had it in sort of big tubs on the stand and it was absolutely gorgeous, and again, it's one of those things where I was like, oh, I'd love to buy that, but I don't do enough glitter craft to warrant spending loads of money on glitter. So when I saw that in my press pack, when I looked at it later, I was very excited by that. This came from Glitter Magic and Debbie Moore Designs. Then we had, she says, I'm trying not to get anything wrong here. It's sort of the point in doing the press thing is that you get the stuff right, because that's why I've been allowed to go and do this thing. So I got a string of pink glass crackle beads from the bead selection. I mean, I don't know if you noticed how much I like pink at the moment, so these, I mean, they make quite a nice string of necklace just like that. We'll figure something out to do with those. I've got this slightly the wrong way round, but it's all in a bit of a muddle on the floor. From the same people as the glitter, I got some, it's like 3D silver paint and a glue pen. From Tonic Studios, I got some die cutting things, cutting dies, is that what you call them? These, if you have a die cutting machine, you run them through with paper and it cuts out these shapes, and I do have one of these. Very excited about this. These are quite expensive. We will have to create something with that, and to go along with it I got loads of papers. Paper crafting is not really something that I talk about very much on the blog because I'm not very good at it, and mirror paper. But I do dabble, so it'll be fun to experiment with that. And then last but not least, a deco patch bird. I love deco patching, decoupaging, deco something. So that'll join the collection of little creatures. I got a bag to go with it all, yet another tote bag. Those are all the wonderful things that I got given for free in my press pack, so thank you ever so much to all of the people who provided those. I will be showing whatever I make with them at some point in the future, may not be very soon. I'm thinking years. Now onto the stuff that I bought. So when I first went, I had said to Beth, who I was staying the night with, oh, I'm not going to buy anything, I can't really. And I'd said to everybody here, oh, I'm not going to spend loads of money because, you know, I bought a spinning wheel at the last show. When I got there, I found it really hard to say no to stuff. Retail shows are so dangerous. I'm going to sneeze. I find it very difficult to resist buying stuff, as I say, like when I'm talking to people and getting enthusiastic about their product. Something in this mess is making me very hay feverish. So the first thing that I bought, we went to the Itching to Stitch stand. I'll pop a link to everybody in the description box down below, so head over there if you want to see her products. And she's a cross-stitch designer, and I saw her happy birthday sheet music. I play the violin, and most of my friends from university are musicians, and it'll be really nice to be able to give them a stitched card with happy birthday on it. To stick with a knitting theme, Ricky and I saw these slippers. I'll pop a photo of them in, and we both really loved them. So I got some yarn and a pattern, and we'll be making those. I got the bells as well. One of the things I was most excited about were these felt creatures by the House of Zandra. They're basically felt purses, and the one that I got is a chameleon. These are not available on the guy's website yet, and he did ask me not to take photos of the products. He doesn't want them to go out online on my website and for them to not be on his website, so that is fair enough. But I did buy the kit, and I'm going to email him and see if he's alright with me documenting the making process. Again, I can't promise this is going to happen in the next year even, because I have so many other things, but they were honestly hilarious and brilliant. The last product that I bought is a bit of an experiment. So Mosaic Craft. This, I've never seen it before. It might be that I've been out of the craft show scene for a little while, because I've only been going to knitting and stitching shows. It's like a cross between cross stitch and Lego. So you get all of these little coloured sort of square plastic things, and then you get like a pegboard basically and a pattern, and you assemble the plastic pixels, they call them, onto the pegboard to create the picture. And I wanted to give it a go. I didn't want to get one of the really little keyring ones that I wasn't particularly invested in, just so I could have a go at a new craft and show all of you guys this craft as well. So I got a cat because I like cats, and then I got a frame to put the cat into so that I can actually exhibit it rather than have another project that is finished but not completed hanging around in my craft room. I don't know if the next one counts as a physical product. What's it called? Girl with a Sewing Machine. This is Jenny Taylor, and she was on the Great British Sewing Bee. I can't remember which series. I think it was the most recent one. Anyway, this book has only just come out, and I've seen it all over my social media, and I've been really intrigued to buy it. With most sewing, it's a pattern, and then you cut the pattern out, and then you sew it together following the instructions. This one, you take your body measurements and then you create the pattern based on your body measurements, which for me is really important because my body measurements never fit a standard pattern. I know that I could adjust the patterns, but I don't know how to do that. A class to do it is in the pipeline, but I really wanted to have a go at this book. Jenny is lovely. She was at the Bloggers Workshop, and I've spoken to her on Twitter a couple of times before, and she's just so nice and real person and enthusiastic about sewing and just interesting and interested, which are two different things and they don't always go together. I had to get it, and she also signed it for me. I do tend to get quite a few of my books signed. I'm a bit of a loser. I do have one final thing, which is another book. So I went to a talk, and I will put more information about that in my blog post. It was by Val Hughes, and she was showing off her Alice in Wonderland collection. So she's mostly she's a felter, and she incorporates loads of different media into her felt. So if you remember from a few weeks ago, I went and did a felting day with Ricky where I did some wet felting, and then I combined some other techniques like needle felting and embroidery into it. And it's something that I really enjoyed experimenting with it, and I was very desperate. I still am very desperate to get more into it and to do more, and that's exactly what she does. So I went to her talk and I really enjoyed it, and then she had a load of her dresses from her Alice in Wonderland collection up on the stage. I'll pop some photos in here. She said that if someone could remember the names of all the pieces, then she would give a free book out, and I managed to remember all the names of the pieces. And I've got her book Felt and Fibre Art, and it basically goes through techniques for felting with a variety of different materials and techniques as well, like sewing and all that, incorporated into it. She sews her collections, so I'll show you the Alice in Wonderland one. This is one of the dresses, and you know, it's got like paper in it, and she's sewn some lace on the end, and this is all felted. There's a tutorial on how to make various pieces. This is a piece inspired by the War of the Roses, and it's really inspiring. I don't know if you remember, I met somebody at Wonderful Wales who was a fibre artist, and she was more of an artist than a crafter. I would say that Val is the same, like in the context of everyday craft that anybody can do. It's really nice to see somebody who is really taking craft beyond what it is assumed to be. That's it. This video has already gone on for 15 minutes, so I need to stop talking, otherwise I'm not going to be able to edit the two together. I really hope you enjoyed this. I've had a fantastic time, and I hope that I gave you a taste of what going to one of these craft shows is like. They are really good fun, and it's really nice to see stuff and to meet people who are enthusiastic. As I've said, any links to any of the products that I've bought will be in the description box down below. I'm not being paid to say any of that stuff. This is not an advert. It's just, I don't know, my sort of sharing of the things. Ricky came with me. I'll put a link to his blog in the description box down below, and I'll put links to the bloggers who were also at the bloggers workshop in the box down below. Basically, look down below if that is where you want to find any information, and I will see you all soon. Bye!